Mata.
Hi, I'm Mike Russo.
I'm Chris Apostolopoulos.
I'm Andrea Pockeider.
I'm Kat Mata.
And we're Cleat Guard. So like you saw in the video, the problem that we see with many athletes is the overall inconveniences that cleats bring to them wearing them off the field. Inconveniences such as tracking dirt or dust into their car at home, having difficulty walking on abnormal surfaces that aren't the field, as well as wasting time before and after games or practices changing in and out of their cleats. So our solution is Cleat Guard. Cleat Guard is a low-profile rubber protector for the bottom of athletes' cleats. It completes every single inconvenience that cleats typically offer to athletes, and it's easy to use. With Cleat Guard, all you have to do is take your cleat, pop it into the front, and then stick the heel in the back, and that's it.
Our only major competitor is a company named Cleat Guard. Their product is a big, meaty piece of rubber that takes away the look of the cleat. Not only is it not attractive, but it is very poorly made. We decided to buy a Cleat Skin. Within the first 30 minutes of using it and walking around with it, it started to break. Cleat Skin has no recent marketing. They're only available in 10 stores, majority of those stores being country clubs.
What makes Cleat Guard unique is it saves our customers time. On average, Cleat Guard saves 7 minutes before and after a game. This time can be used for an infield drill before a game, and it can even make you go home early and get some rest before your next practice. Secondly, Cleat Guard is low profile. Unlike a competitor, Cleat Skin doesn't take away from the beauty of one's cleats. And finally, Cleat Guard traps dirt into its design. This will allow for anywhere you walk with your cleats to stay cleaner with Cleat Guard.
So for our customer segment, we decided to target high school athletes. We chose this because we think our product will benefit them the most in the long run because they play more frequently and at a higher level of athletics. As well as this, we decided to target their coaches. Their coaches being because one of our major problems is the amount of time that's wasted before and after games or practices, and we think this directly impacts the coaches.
Now, our total addressable market is worth $238 million. We got that number by collecting the total number of athletes in cleat sports across the U.S. That includes youth, high school, collegiate, and professional athletes. So that's how we got our TAM. And then our SAM, we've narrowed it down to just high school athletes because we believe that the high schoolers would benefit the most from our product. So that's worth $64 million. And then our market size, our initial market size, we're just going to target the Midwest area, like Northwest Indiana, Southern Wisconsin, and the Chicago area. So when we collected all that, we got that to be worth $1 million. And then year one, we're just going to focus on baseball and softball athletes. With the size, for females, it would be 7 to 9 shoe, and then for males, it would be 8 to 10. Because our design is really complex, and to manufacture and make it, it's going to cost a lot with the molding tools. So we think we want to really just nail it with like a portion of our market before we branch out into the bigger scale of things. So here's a map of the initial market that we'd like to cover. And this highlighted area, we've collected 125 populations of schools in this area. And we've got an estimate of how many athletes in those schools would play a sport that requires cleats, and that's how we got our market size.
So for the past 3 months, our team is split in half. Kat and Chris have been working on product development, while Mike and Dre and I have been working on customer research. Through this customer research, we learned a lot. We launched a survey through SurveyMonkey, and we sent it out to 400 athletes, parents, and coaches. Throughout this, we got a 50% response rate, and 209 surveys were completed to their entirety by the end. And within these surveys, we got answers to 2 questions. Would you purchase this product? 81% of our target market said they would purchase our product. So that was just kind of reassurance that our problem is actually worth solving. And then, would you purchase a team pack? This question was just targeted at those that checked that they were a coach or affiliated with an athletic association, and 73% that they said they would. So this kind of made us go back and realize that coaches should be a main customer segment for us because we are solving a major problem for them.
So for the past 3 months, Kat and I have been working on the product development aspect of our business. We've been in contact with Beckett Solutions. Beckett Solutions is a 3D printing distribution company. And through their numerous connections, we were able to get a CAD designer to design our prototype, and in turn, actually 3D print our prototype. Present to you today.
So this prototype consists of 3 parts. The bottom being a cut-up pair of cleat skins, just kind of for financing reasons, that's all we had. And then the middle being a stretchy fitness elastic band, and then the front and back being our 3D printout. Obviously, this is just a rough draft and a proof of concept, so you guys see that Cleat Guard is actually a possible idea. But this is what we were able to create with a budget, consistent time and effort, and a lot of favors from people.
Now we're planning on generating our revenue through the sales of our Cleat Guard online, but mainly focusing on going to tournaments around the area and selling directly to the athlete. The cost to purchase a Cleat Guard would be $24.99, and the cost to manufacture it would be $9.10 a pair, and that's a delivered price with a gross margin of 63.6%. So in year 1 to years 2 through 5, you can see that we grow a lot, and that's because in year 1 we're just going to focus baseball and softball, like I said, to make sure that we really get the whole molding down before we branch out and spend more money on the rest of the molding tools. But the way we're going to grow is we're not only going to grow in our market, but we're also going to grow geographically outside of the Midwest. We included our legal costs in the first year SG&A just to save some money in the startup costs, since it is a very expensive design. We really want to make sure that we're going to take off before spending the money on that. And then we have our insurance. The numbers next to the IT and the advertising are just an example of what the year 1 expenses are for those. We're a medium IT. So we're going to have 7% of our revenue going towards our tech budget, and that's for software, computers, as well as phones, just to manage our online orders. And then our advertising, we're going to take 15% of our revenue and put that towards advertising and marketing every year. And the way we're going to do that is a little differently than a lot of others. We're going to do trial runs. So we're going to give 1 or 2 pairs of Cleat Guards to an athlete on the team and allow them to have a free trial and test out our products, because our product's now something that anybody could really get interest from just by seeing an ad on the side of a website page. So we think that we get it into the hands of our consumer, that they'll really benefit from that, and if they like it, they could buy it and hopefully influence their teammates to buy it as well. And then in years 1 and 2, we're going to be doing the sales and get paid straight commission. But then in years 3 through 5, we've accounted for the salaries of a customer service manager as well as a salesperson.
We are seeking just over $29,000. The capital will go towards our startup cost of just over $27,000 and a liquidity cushion of $2,000. First, we're going to go into development. We have 3 molding tools for our product. The plastic goes for the toe and the heel, the rubber for the bottom, which the cleat will be sitting in, and then the stretchy silicone middle that will create that tension. These 3 numbers are just an estimate, because to get what we really need, which will get down to 2 products for actual manufacturing, we will need a complete CAD design. Next, we have marketing. First, we need a website, which we'll use just for the sales of our product, and then basic marketing, which should cover like banners, booths when we go to tournaments, and any other marketing that we will need to do just for the sales of our product. And lastly, we have our inventory. First, we're going to have our trial inventory to initially get our name out there and give athletes that first-hand experience using our product. We'll be giving 2 Cleat Guards to a variety of travel and high school teams in the districts 220 and 211 area. And lastly, we have our basic inventory, which will have a total of 500 units, which should cover our projections for month 1 and 1/3 of month 2 sales. In exchange for the $29,000, we are offering 30% equity in our company based on the post-money evaluation of $105,000. And this is with a money multiple of 2.7 and an IRR of 42.4. And we are currently going with a 3-year exit strategy by selling our company to a strategic buyer such as Nike or Adidas.
It's not about the idea, it's about making the idea happen. So let's make it happen. Who's with us?
How do you differentiate yourself from the competitor?
Well, Cleat Guard offers a low-profile design that our competitor does not, as well as, I don't know if you'll see this as well. Low profile, and it's easier to put on. And so it saves more time for the average athlete changing between shoes.
And that cleat skin is a size bigger than what they recommend online for it.
What's the price point for their product?
Theirs is around $30. It's
What did you
$30.
price yours are?
24.
How long is
October
the
now.
competition?
Good.
How long is the competition in the market?
For a while, but they haven't done any recent marketing since 2013.
Do you know what kind of sales they have?
I'm actually not sure, but I can look.
They're only in 10 stores across the United States.
And the stores that they are in, they're like small, like golf club, country clubs. They're not like
They're
big
not
any big
or
retail
anything
markets
big.
from the research we've done.
Do you have any patent concerns on your design versus theirs or any others?
Well, they have the design, but their patent is for, theirs is gonna be, like, theirs is for one material that just covers everything, whereas ours is gonna be different because it's gonna be made out of two separate materials with a different design concept.
Did you have a patent in front of you and you look at that more closely to make sure that the composite material is enough of a difference for you to patent yours?
We have not yet.
Yeah, we talked it over with our mentor and we're looking into further
Yeah.
research, but we can get back to you on that.
Because that'll be key.
Yeah.
So you came up with the sizes, and I know you want to narrow the market. Did you have any information on what size athletes would choose? You're just guessing or?
Well, we found that the average shoe size for a female and male within like the United States. So just for year one, it's gonna be, because like this is, the middle allows it to expand to different sizes. So this could cover like 3 sizes.
Okay.
Whereas, so then for the year one, or target, we're just gonna be doing those sizes to just save money, like in, for that.
And as well as that, our team kind of during our research phase went into a bunch of different sporting stores and measured out cleats and how much, say, the cleat was at the beginning, the middle piece, and then the end piece, and saw how those varied between cleat sizes for guys, girls, and different sports.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how we got all this
When you
information.
go to a tournament, are you envisioning having inventory that you would sell right on the spot? It's kind of a
It's just-
point
yeah.
of just-
When you go to a cross-country meet, they'll have, I know Dick Pond sets up a little truck. We can go try on your spikes and buy some right there. I know I've bought a pair of spikes during a meet, so we're just planning on doing something like that. We'll have inventory there. They come, try it on, walk around, and if they like it, they can
Yeah,
buy
I
it.
think that's a really good idea. I mean, it's a real point of purchase display. It's kind of an impulse buy. The parents are at the tournament, and they can usually,
I know we talked, about it briefly, potentially branding colors. We thought that through so that friend gets their colors. for their
Oh, yeah,
shoes.
no, that's
Yeah, that's-
definitely
Are
something.
you also
And you can
gonna
also
have
put
parents
like
in
your
on that?
logo and your number.
Yeah.
Okay, that's.
Yeah, that's something
So
that
you
we're
could look like
looking
the very
into.
team
Yeah.
baseball bee on it, or.
Question, why are you targeting those two sports of baseball and softball? What's the logic behind that versus any sport that uses a spike or?
Well, that's just for year one, because year one we want, because we're gonna have to have a different molding tool for the football, soccer, and lacrosse, because they have similar shoes, like those 3, but it's different from baseball and softball. So baseball and softball, that's how we're gonna just get the
So
year
for
one.
the sake of your test market?
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
And they're very similar cleats, baseball and softball.
I wanted to really compliment you on being so targeted and specific of your goals. And I think it's the heart of why your plan is so solid. It's because, and as an investor, I feel like if you get this part right and you're very focused, the rest of those market opportunities will come. And I think you've understood in business the power of being very targeted and focused and letting some stuff aside. So I'm really impressed with your presentation.
how'd you come up with the price? And in the survey work that you did you reveal price?
In the survey, we actually put several different prices, like 15, 20, 25, 30, and you could pick which price you wanted, and the majority, I don't know if the majority, but a lot did pick 25 or 30.
Yeah, the majority of it said 25 or higher.
Yeah, so that was just kind of the range that we targeted, because we showed them this kind of picture, displayed our product and said, for their products like this, how much would you be
And
willing
what
to
does
pay?
your competitor charge?
Around
The
30.
one, I know, 30?
There's ranges bigger, but it could go from like 30 to 40.
You know, you can spend a little bit more time on price, but if you add $5 to the price and your costs are the same, have you played around with your financial model just to see kind of what happens under that scenario? It becomes
Well, and
significant.
particularly since you've got a product benefit advantage over the existing competitor, I feel you could justify
Yeah.
your pricing, at least at parity, because having that more flexible middle and being more user-friendly, I would encourage you to at least explore that.
This is easier
Yeah,
to use.
and then you also have more room to do volume discounts for your team packages.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll be going down too low for your room
Yeah,
sales.
yeah.
So how does this work? I mean, are you going to just sell through tournaments in your website, or do you at some point in time start selling to Dick's and?
No, yeah, we want to start selling to Dick's down the road, but if we were to raise the price, that makes it easier when it comes to selling retail,
Yep.
and that won't affect
And
us.
so, in the first year to hit your numbers, can you go back to the numbers and just tell us how many units you have to sell? And
Oh yeah, year one, we're selling around 2005. Yeah, 2005.
so in year one, to sell $63,000 worth of product, how many units is that?
It's around 2,500.
And there, did you know how many tournaments you have to go to and what your mix between selling through a tournament and a website?
Yeah, there's a lot of big baseball and softball tournaments around the area. I know Elgin has 2 big college exposure tournaments, one in the summer and one in the fall every year. And that's teams from all over the Midwest that come to these tournaments. And I went back, because I used to go to them all the time, and I went back and found how many teams sign up to join these tournaments. And I just used that number and calculated how many athletes would be at that tournament. And then generate how many sales we could possibly get from that.
Okay, so how many
So
sales?
just
per
from those
tournament?
2, it could be around 40 grand.
Okay. And you don't have to go to just tournaments, right? You can just go
No.
to a soccer,
Yeah.
you know, every
Yeah.
Saturday the fields are full. Or,
Yeah, we want to directly contact athletes.
and would all 5 of you be going out to these, or 2 at a time, or are you hiring people to go out to tournaments?
Well, it's easy in the first few years because we want to stay within the area. That's why we made our market, our initial market really compact, because it's in a driving distance. It's nothing's more than 2 hours away. It wouldn't be that bad to drive on Saturday morning and just stay there. But yeah, we're planning on doing that. But as we expand, we'll have our sales person.
Would you have like a booth or something?
Yeah, we have.
That's included in our marketing costs, like the booth, the table, and all the costs for
I
that.
really like the idea of you starting off in a B2C market, going to these tournaments, and you know the cost of getting Dick's Sporting Goods on your side, and the length of that sales cycle, and the wholesale retail dilution that happens there is difficult. But you're 5 high school kids, you can go out and sell this stuff on your own, I would think. Tell us about the level of commitment that we have, you know.
That's a 5-year model. Are you in it for 5 years?
Yeah, I mean, I would say when it comes to our team, from day one, when we gave our elevator pitches about ourselves, every single one of us said we were in it to win it, we were in it to go for the long haul, and I think nothing has changed since then. I know every single one of us come and meet almost weekly outside of school and work on everything we need to get done for the week. We designate roles, and everyone really fulfills their part. So I know after, if we do get funded, if we do go further, there's just going to be more goals after that will be more driven to hit.
Are you all juniors?
Yeah,
She's a sophomore.
sophomore.
All right, we got a 2-year runway.
Yeah.